people are telling us that this shouldn't be the normal, but like I don't have anything else to compare it to because this has always been like, you know, my school experience.
Students like Perry are preparing for the return of class. But they tell me they're also anxious because of school shootings happening around the country.
I can't believe that anyone would do this to kids. It makes no sense on why.
12-year-old Eleanor Jackson says she now questions everything on her ride to school.
Is anything bad gonna happen? Am I gonna get hurt? Are any of my friends gonna get hurt?
Just 3 months ago, a mass shooting at Robb Elementary School in Texas left 19 students and 2 teachers dead. Eleanor says the incident is traumatic because one of her friends lived just 20 minutes away from where the gunman opened fire.
I'm terrified to be like, you know, going into my classrooms and like having to worry about this.
The girls tell me they've grown up practicing active shooter drills in school.
You would put your backpacks on your chest.
Eleanor says they're taught to use their backpacks for protection.
So that if someone shoots at you, then it would be I guess it would be kind of harder to get it to go through your body.
A book can, like, you know, it can be something you throw at somebody. It can be something that can be used to shield yourself, especially a backpack, because, you know, it's full of, like, you know, heavy textbooks, your notebooks, your folders, your computer. You know, it would be, you know, a good improvised gun vest.
Parents also telling me that they're worried about their kids' safety.
Sandy Hook first happened, it was really overwhelming. I didn't want to send my children back to school.
Frankly, it's terrifying, right? You know, I want to send my kids someplace where they're going to be safe and not have to worry about, you know, are they going to come home or not?
Realities like knowing how to hide and escape from any classroom at any point in the day.
It's happened so often, it feels like nothing's changing.
There's a barricade system in every classroom throughout the Kings School District to protect students if anyone that shouldn't be there was trying to get into classrooms.
Push it back, slides into place, and this little pin falls down this hole. So anybody trying to get in the classroom from the outside, it will prevent them from gaining access.
Kings High School teacher Dustin Goldie says the students are taught the run, hide, fight method.
Said there may be a situation where Mr. Goldie's in the hallway. I get hit. Then you guys are all on your own. What are you going to do?
Students are trained to use any items in the classroom as a weapon or as a barricade.
It only takes 4 or 5 desks before, boom, you've got an entire pile here where this person has to break through. Hey, they may break through it, but you're saving lives because seconds have been saved.
Or the students are told to fight back.
I tell my students, grab them, start throwing them at the active shooter.
This volume of books serves students as a shield.
It takes a lot of firepower to get through a book, and it's covering most of your vitals.
Kings School District now requires this app to be used to help keep track of students in the building at all times and to alert other faculty and first responders of any emergency closing in. But the district doesn't stop here.
The doors on the front, there is a film that is on them that makes them harder to gain access to.
There's an SRO in every building, and the district just hired 2 additional safety personnel.
It becomes personal to me, the safety of the students, because the students in the schools are, you know, the same age as my children.
So as students sharpen their pencils and ready their supplies for the return of class, safety is now at the forefront of their minds.
It's tough. You see the fear in the kids' eyes. They don't want to think about that.
Serena Williams playing in Mason for the final time. What fans are saying about her decision to retire now.
So Serena did not talk after the match. She did not do anything on court with the microphone. Sometimes tennis players will do that. They'll thank the fans. She did not do that here tonight in Mason. She did not do any media interviews. I'm sure she'll do some when she gets to New York for the U.S. Open, her final tournament of her great career. But the people watching here was an event itself. We saw her husband and her young daughter were here. I saw them walking out after the match. NBA star Jimmy Butler was in the stands tonight. So a lot of really famous people here to watch Serena Williams and her final match in Mason. So let's bring in now Chancellor Wynn from Fox 19 now. So we've covered the match. This was also an event for the fans, a final time to see Serena Williams here playing in Mason.
Yeah, the match itself was very exciting, but I think when you get inside of the stadium, you see the fans and you see just the applause, you hear the crowd, you hear everything cheering, and you know at that point this is something more than just a typical tennis match. This is Serena Williams, and the fans of all ages talking about how she's impacted their lives. It really makes it quite a touching story, and I want you viewers at home to take a listen. These are what some of the fans had to say about coming to seeing Serena Williams one final time here in the Tri-State.
Go ahead and say hello to greatness, Serena.
A roaring applause served as an electric greeting as Serena Williams took the court for one last time in the Tri-State at the Western and Southern Open. And watching Williams from the stands was 11-year-old tennis player Sophie Espeldon.
It's sad that she's going to have to go after so many years of playing and being a really great person for the sport, but I think that it'll be great just to see her one last time.
And Espeldon is not the only aspiring tennis player catching a glimpse of Williams Tuesday night. 12-year-old Katie Langford says she's been following Williams' journey since the very beginning.
She didn't necessarily, when she was young, go to like the best academy. Her and her dad and her sister, Venus, they just kind of went out to parks, and I feel like it was kind of rough for them, and just to see how great she became. She's probably the best tennis player that's ever been.
Do you play tennis?
Yes, I do.
Do you play tennis because of her?
I kind of just started playing because of my dad, but she's definitely been one of my biggest role models.
Both young tennis players Langford and Espeldon credit their fathers for sparking their love of the game. And both dads give credit to women like Serena Williams for giving young women someone to look up to.
As a woman, is also like a person of color, I think, it's a great role model for my daughter, to kind of emulate.
To see ladies like Serena and Emma and all these role models that are doing it the right way, yeah, it makes you proud.
It's being that type of role model that will help Williams' legacy live on through tennis fans for decades to come.
You can serve like me. You can dress like me, right? You can speak like me. You can take a break and come back. You can be a fashion icon. You can start another business. You can have a baby and like be an activist, stand for things outside of sports.
Serena Williams says her plan is to retire following the U.S. Open, but tonight it does mark the end of her professional career here in the Tri-State. Rob, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
And the thing, Joe, I think you said it best. I mean, she made an impact on the tennis court, but she also made an impact off the tennis court as well, opening up the sport to so many different types of people.
And I think, Rob, too, we talked about it earlier, what she's going to do after she finishes tennis. She's been successful at everything she's done. She's done some acting. She does fashion. She's obviously a role model, as Chancellor just painted in that piece there you saw. So whatever she does, I think pretty confident she's going to be a success in no matter what she does going forward. Look, first and foremost, she has to be a mom. We saw our young daughter here tonight, here with her husband, so there's a lot still on her plate going forward. Serena Williams is just closing the chapter on tennis.
She will be missed here in Mason, will be missed all over the tennis world. Joe Danneman, we'll have more coming up in sports. Chancellor Wynn, thank you very much.